So let me just start off this video by saying, don't piss me the fuck off. That's all I'm going to say. Don't piss me off. I went on this trip thinking it was going to be a vibe. This is a milestone. I'm going on a brand trip, a sponsor trip, whatever the case may be. This is going to be great, especially considering me and my man have went through so much this past year. It was just his birthday. It was going to double as a birthday trip. And this was a nightmare.
Okay. Don't ask why we're walking around the jungle at night. This is so crazy.
Until you've walked in the middle of a jungle in a foreign country and been at risk of literally being attacked by wild animals, I literally do not want to hear anyone trying to say that we're entitled Americans and we were being extra and we was doing too much. We should have did that. Number one, fuck you. Number two, this place was inhabitable. Number three, fuck you. Number four, influencers be lying. Number five, fuck you. Number six, this entire situation could have been avoided, and I'm genuinely upset. Now, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you peep the community tab. Most importantly, if you're on my Patreon, y'all already know what it is. Some of y'all choose not to read. You just like stuff. But go back on the community tab and you'll see what I'm talking about, right? I was supposed to be in Costa Rica creating content for a brand called Lands and Love Resort in Costa Rica. This was super exciting because it was literally my first time being invited to make content for a resort in exchange for accommodations. Now, I've done this briefly before when I went to San Diego. Again, if you guys follow me, y'all remember that. But I still had to pay for a portion of the room. It was just severely discounted. And I created a great rapport with them. It was literally an amazing experience. I definitely would go there again. Okay. Now that resort was in San Diego. I'll link that stuff down below, but that's not what this is about, right? I've been doing this for years, but I've never really been invited to stay somewhere, make content, get paid for it or whatever. But I've had so many different types of opportunities, from having a lot of you guys as my investors to being able to raise money for different charities, being able to host events, host parades, perform, dance, sing, be on different tracks independently. Like, it's wild how many opportunities I've been given, but I never really been on like a brand trip, so to speak. So I was really excited for this, especially because my man and I actually been to Costa Rica before. So like, we were like, yes, like we down to go there again, especially to a completely different part of Costa Rica. Now, I believe the vlog of me and my man going to Costa Rica is actually on this channel. So if you guys really want to go watch that, go watch it. We had a grand old time. Like, Costa Rica is literally one of my favorite places, to the point where if Haiti never gets fixed and they don't start getting their shit together, I'm going to retire in Costa Rica. Like, it is just a beautiful place, beautiful country with beautiful people, and I absolutely love it. So let me just say right now, this has absolutely nothing to do with even my personal opinions about that country as a whole, because like I just said, I love it. This has a lot to do with this brand and how they genuinely had me fucked up. And it's mainly about integrity, because I'm not the type of person to just sit there and push caca just because I'm getting accommodations or I'm getting paid or there's some sort of notoriety behind it. So let's just get that out of the way, right? Additionally, I don't do story times on this channel. It's not something that I do anymore. All my story times, The Mafia Speaks, vlogs, and stuff like that have been moved to my personal channel, and respectively, all my Haitian-based content has been moved to my Haitian channel. So for those of you guys that are probably going to comment, oh my God, could you do more of these? Can you drop more vlogs? That's all on other channels, okay? Please, like, just don't do it. It's gonna really annoy me, because it really annoys me when people like don't read and they don't pay attention, especially because everything's been separate for years now, right? So this video is gonna be very different. It's literally gonna be a story time, and I'm gonna be dropping the vlog clips. And what's very crazy about this is I didn't expect to be making this video, because I was expecting to have a vlog from the whole place, because I didn't think this was gonna happen. I was expecting to have different types of dance content in the jungle. Like, when I'm telling y'all, like, niggas playing for this, my man bought him a whole bunch of new clothes. Like, we was gonna be outside, all right? We were outside, all right? We were outside in a very, very, in a way that we didn't even expect, okay? We were put in a very, very dangerous, misleading, We was outside, all right. Like literally, we was in on day off. All y'all Haitians, y'all know what that is. That's basically we was outside. Like we was on the outskirts. Like we was in the rural area of Costa Rica, and this whole situation was extremely misleading and ridiculously like just avoidable at every cost. And it genuinely pisses me off, right? Although I'm supposed to be there to create content and promote this place, there's absolutely no way I could have done so, especially with the bullshit that I went through and the gaslighting that followed when I started to have issues and I voiced those concerns. Y'all already know we've been covering scams and dragging these dumbass, lying ass influencers on here. And although I'm an influencer, I swear to God, my colleagues piss me off more than anything, because if these fuckers didn't sit up here and lie and say this was a great place and they had a great time, I probably would have never went. First things first. Lands and Love Resort contacted me sometime towards the end of last year. I don't remember. I'll probably put the email right here. And basically asked me if I would like to come there, get an accommodation, create content, etc., etc. Now, I was super down because, again, if you guys follow me on Patreon or you follow my personal channel, I've been going through a lot. Like the past 3 years has been a fucking whirlwind. And I hadn't taken a vacation in a while. The fact that all I had to do was really pay for my flight, like it was lit. And for those of you guys who are not influencers or you don't know how this works, a lot of times shit is comped completely, or sometimes it's half comp. Like sometimes you have to pay for your flight, but they'll pay for accommodations, or you have to pay for accommodations, but then they'll cover your flight. Sometimes everything's covered. Sometimes it's just certain things. Like it really, really depends. Just like how I mentioned that I paid a portion of the room for my stay in San Diego and made content, I had no problem doing this. Like a lot of people have this convoluted idea that like as a celebrity or influencer, everything is free all the time. Like, no, sometimes you still have to find a way to get yourself there. Or like there's little things here and there you might have to pay for. And I genuinely have no problem with that, especially when I'm supporting a business that's doing common good or just like a genuinely good business, or if it's something that I would have done and spent the money on anyway. Now, when it comes to products, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not paying no shipping. I ain't paying no whatever. Like, you're going to send me that product and it is what it is. I don't even do products for exchange. I rarely ever do the whole accommodation for content thing, but Lands and Love Resort is a very unique resort, right? It is isolated in the middle of nowhere. So it gives you the time to unplug, unwind, and connect with nature. Now, keep in mind, this is a vegan resort, right? Now, keep in mind, that's not too big of a deal, right? I feel like there's a lot of really good vegan food. Can I sit there and eat vegan food for 5 days? Possibly not. But if it's really good, maybe I can. And it was interesting because the way their food was structured in the menu, it doesn't say vegan. It's all structured like regular food. It's all printed like regular food. You would never know unless they told you. That's extremely misleading. That's insanely problematic. And I mean, I guess if you looked up the place, you would know that it is a vegan resort. But at the same time, it's like if I was someone that just like stumbled across it, I don't like the fact that y'all got shit named like regularly with regular ingredients, but that's not what the fuck it is. Like that's an issue. All in all, my main issue with these people is due to their lack of communication and their lackadaisical treatment of my stay. I ended up having a legit anxiety attack because I had to walk through the jungle in the middle of the night for basic shit only to get to the lobby and be gaslit. Be fucking for real. Also, what makes them very different is their animal support components. Okay. They are basically an animal rescue. They have literally almost thousands of animals there, from dogs to cats to bunnies to honestly everything that you can think of. And I love animals. If you didn't know, now you know. Like animals and children are two of my favorite beings on this earth. Like if I ever donate to charity, it's almost always an animal or a child-based organization or something that has to do with homelessness, because that's a very, very close cause to me. So when they reached out to me, I was super excited, especially because I had already saw some of my favorite influencers go here. So this, again, has absolutely nothing to do specifically with the resort, but more so the customer service, the lack of communication, as well as the misleading of this entire situation. So, of course, I had already saw that a lot of influencers that I followed went there. They gave raving reviews from people that were white, people that were black, people that were others. Like literally, like I saw so many different people talk about this place. I'm talking about I watched vlogs, I looked at reviews, etc., etc. Now, when you go to the reviews of this place, they are pretty shaky. You see some phenomenal ones, and I'm not gonna hold you. Now that I know what I know, I think that the good reviews are fake. Like, a lot of them are fake. And then the bad ones, Jesus Christ. Now, this is the thing, right? I already changed the accommodation to go there maybe once or twice, right? My plan was to go here for my birthday. Thank God I didn't do that shit because it would have been the worst 30th birthday ever. And also, obviously, my aunt passed away 2 days before my birthday. So it was just extremely important that I had a great birthday month. So I ended up having a birthday get together instead. But the main reason I didn't end up going for my birthday was because the flights were just insanely expensive in January. Like, it didn't even make sense. And yeah, like, I just didn't feel like paying for it. So I chose to end up going somewhere between, I think, May and July, or was it June and July? Nonetheless, I was like, all right, I'm definitely going to go there by July before I start my summer program, right? So I'm going to put the messages on the screen. As you guys can see, for the most part, these people were extremely unresponsive, and it was actually kind of getting on my nerves. So let me just stop here right now and be very, very transparent. I'm going to take full accountability for even going to this place, seeing that these people were extremely unresponsive. Because, yeah, like, if you're not going to respond before I'm even there, what makes you think, well, why should I even think that you're going to respond when I'm there? But I'm just thinking people are busy. It's an isolated area. Shit happens. But it's like, I don't like double texting niggas. I don't double text niggas. I don't even double text my own nigga. So it just doesn't make sense. I'm not going back and forth. I'm not about to sit there. Like, I just don't do it. I don't argue with my man. I'm not going to argue with you. I don't double text my man. I'm not going to double text you. I don't do back and forth with anybody. So I'm just like, I said what I said. So it comes to a point where it's just like, what do we like? Why is every time I hit y'all up, like, it's taking like 10 business days to answer? It was very annoying. But again, I try to give the benefit of the doubt. I need to stop giving the benefit of the doubt. Just like I tell you guys to stop giving the benefit of the doubt. Literally, the advice is for myself because I give a lot of benefit of the doubt. So I don't want anyone to sit here, gaslight me, try to say, oh, well, you should have looked at the reviews. You should have this, you should have that. Right now, we're in July. So at that point, I already said I was coming. It's unprofessional to say I'm not. I already moved the flight. So it's like, there's nothing I can really do there. Like, it really wasn't. It was like, you know what? I'm just going to go see the experience. It is what it is. Luckily, me and my man already went there. So it was like, all right, we gonna know how to navigate if this shit don't work out. But that was literally like the last thing in the back of my head, right? So boom, day of the flight comes and we almost missed the flight. For those of you guys who don't travel, right? Let me just say, if shit starts to hit the fan before the fan even starts, just understand the trip is gonna be some shit. Me and my man are avid travelers, okay? Been to France, Costa Rica, Mexico, Haiti. I've never been late for a flight. For whatever reason, that was the first time. Like, my flight, like, it was weird. Like, literally, niggas live like 10 minutes from the airport. The ride to the airport became 20 to 25 minutes. We get to the freaking kiosk and my bag is not able to get checked because my card won't go into the thing. My man has to pay for it. It's whatever. We go through security. Security is long as shit. Like, I've never been in the law. Like, I don't know. It's weird because it's just like, it was like, damn, like, why is everything going wrong? We couldn't find the security line. Like, security line's long as fuck. We get out of security and yeah, we finally get to the gate. And the only reason we made it to the gate was because of those like little trolley situations. Okay. Like, shout outs to that man. He saw us struggling. He saw us like basically hustling and bustling to the gate and he drove us there. Like, literally, we were all the way on the other side of the goddamn shit. So it was just like, oh my God. Like, I was like, yo, we're going to miss this flight. We're going to miss this flight. We're going to miss this flight. Like, literally, we made it with maybe 3 minutes to spare for them to close the doors and stop boarding. So, like, it was just like, damn, like, at that point, I started thinking, like, oh my God, this is probably gonna be some shit. But I was like, you know what? Stay positive, stay positive, stay positive. Life safety. Okay. Look at that. Who's that man?
All yours.
Period. Yo. It's lit. Oh. Waiting for bags. First of all, we almost missed the damn flight. We acting like movies, bro. We haven't traveled internationally in so long. We just had hella issues, but we're here.
Now we forgot the baggage number. It has to be this one. It's the only one moving. So let's hope.
We get on the plane and we actually landed over an hour early. Okay. And this was awesome, especially given the fact that these people were barely answering when it came to the whole driver situation, right? So I asked these people, right? And we're going to have to name this guy something. I'm going to cover the name in the text, but we're going to name him Arnold. Okay. I hit up Arnold numerous times, like, hey, is this date okay for you? Didn't answer, whatever, booked it, sent it. Hey, these are the dates. Hey, can you like give me an update on the ride or how we're gonna get there? Are you guys providing it? I assumed like accommodations means ride too. But hey, I have no problem paying for my ride. One thing, I ain't a broke bitch. And even if I'm a broke bitch, I ain't gonna act like a broke bitch. You feel me? Like if something has to be done, I'm gonna do it. I'm never gonna complain about paying for something, especially when I'm getting a lot of shit for free. Or again, if it's for a good cause, like charity. Okay. So basically, he finally answers back literally like the night before, like literally maybe a few hours before my flight, saying, like, oh, yeah, like, oh, I'm gonna send somebody, da da da. The transport's like $100, mind you. He had sent me a voice note, but like at that point, like I'm rushing to the airport. Like I think he said that like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm rushing to the airport. Like I don't really see it until like I get to the airport. I'm like, all right, bet. So they're like, yeah, shit's $100. They're gonna be there, but we landed early. It didn't really matter because as soon as we get off the plane, literally like our baggage took over an hour. Like even the customs line was blank. So I was like, oh my God, like this is gonna be a good day. We go through customs, everything takes 2 seconds. We get to the freaking carousel. We was waiting there for over an hour. At that point, I'm hungry, I'm hot, I'm annoyed. But I'm like, oh well, let's go see if the driver's here. If not, there's like this little restaurant at the airport. So we walk outside and the driver's right there. Let me just say, shout out to you, Jose. Okay, that's probably the only real name I'm going to use in this because he was lit. Shout outs to the company that he works for. Okay, I'm going to put it here on the screen. I forgot what they're called, but like they're really, really great. If you guys are in Costa Rica, you need private transport, a taxi, etc. Make sure you hit these people up. Like they're great. All their drivers are very, very nice. Like loved Jose. Okay. Jose was like, yeah, it's maybe like a 2-3 hour drive, but I could get you there a lot sooner because I've been doing this for 11 years. We could stop for food. We could this, we could like cool ass dude, right? Like the whole time I'm hungry and I'm tired and I'm hot. But like, he's making stops for the Lands and Love Resort because I guess they asked him to stop and get some food for the animals, which again, totally cool. I have no problem, especially when something is for a good cause. Okay. So eventually we stop at this restaurant. Kid y'all not, best food I've had in a very long time. Like to this day, I'm thinking about that restaurant. That shit was so good. Like, and it like, oh man, phenomenal. Okay. And it was basically like a traditional Costa Rican dish. Okay. Casadas, one of those. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get through the story. But the point is, he was really, really great. He was probably the best part of the entire trip.
Bueno, mi tata. Gracias, mi tata. Chilito, nada más.
Probably some of the best food I had in a long time, y'all. Yeah, you almost done. Y'all need to come if you ever come to Costa Rica.
Literally, the drivers, yeah, they were the best part of the entire trip, like, which is crazy because, yeah, niggas was supposed to be there for 4 nights, 5 days, and yeah, like, the best part was the drivers. Absolutely pitiful. So, whatever. We finally get to the Lands and Love Resort at maybe, I don't remember the time. I can't even tell y'all. So, let's just say it was sometime between hours of, like, 4 and 6, and I'm exhausted. At this point, I need to lay down, okay? Like, I'm just over it, and I will say, like, it was really nice getting into the nitty gritty, right? Getting into the jungle, seeing how isolated everything was, seeing all the greenery, seeing some animals here and there. Like, it was so nice. Like, one thing about Costa Rica, their wildlife is wild, okay? Like, they actually care to preserve their wildlife. They take care of the animals, even the strays. So I was like super excited for this. Like, I liked the aesthetic of the place. I liked that it was in the middle of the jungle. I liked the fact that it was something that really supported the animals and they were really doing a good thing. So that's why I agreed to go in the first place. So get there, I'm filming, I'm thinking I'm going to go to the desk, get my key, go lay down and maybe come back and come talk to these people. These people are like, oh, okay, someone from the staff is going to come talk to you. I guess it was supposed to be Arnold, right? At this point, I'm not going to hold you. I'm kind of annoyed. I wanted to say, like, could y'all just come to my room and talk to me? Because the fuck, like, I've been on the road since, like, I've been up at this point since, like, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning to catch this 8 o'clock flight. I got here around 11 their time. Mind you, it's about 2 to 3 hours behind. So it's like, yeah, like I'm tired as fuck. I've been up for over 12 hours. Like I need to at least lay down. But I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna say nothing, right? They offer us coffee. We go sit down. We have the coffee. Maybe about 30 some odd minutes later, Arnold pops up. He's like, hi, I'm so sorry for, not answering and stuff like that. Like, like I wasn't able to get to my phone. I don't really check, the business WhatsApp account like that. Yeah, it's fine. It is what it is, like we're here. And this is the thing. Thank God for growth. I ain't gonna hold you thank God for growth because 9 times out of 10, if this was a couple of years ago, I would have said fuck it and not went on the trip. I would have fucked around and booked the trip to El Salvador. I would have booked the trip to Puerto Rico. I would have booked the trip to Ocap. Okay, like I would not have sat here and went to Costa Rica again. Like I try not to do double trips, even though I really love Costa Rica. Like I have no problem going to Costa Rica again at this point. But it's just like in general, I probably would have found something else to do with my damn time. But instead, I was trying to be loyal to this. I was trying to be very, very professional because that's what you do as a business owner. That's what you do as a influencer. That's going to be influencing people to come somewhere, right? Like I got to put my all into this shit. So I'm being nice. I'm being professional. I'm not having to attitude. I'm like, yeah, you know what? It is what it is. We here now. He says, yeah, like me and my friends created this over 20 years ago. It's about 16 of us. And, like we treat this as our home. As you guys see, it kind of looks really homey. Everything is kind of like salvaged and, like everything's like kind of put together in a certain way. So this is our home. We want you to feel like you're at home. We have like hundreds of animals and, like we really want you to like be comfortable and be able to make the content and stuff like that. So I sent you, the schedule for tomorrow. And yeah, like make sure you check your phone. Now, this is the thing, right? Y'all see how this place look. There's 16 of y'all men in this place and it looked like this. Now, mind you, I liked it in terms of it was cute. It was edgy. Like I liked it in regard to, I like the vibe of it, right? We're here. Finally. It took 40 days and 40 nights. Yeah. See, I told you, and y'all be trying to call my cat fat. Look at that cat. My cat, say skinny. Y'all trying to come for my baby. I dropped it was lit. Look at this place. Such a vibe. I thought it was actually really cute. I thought it was very unique. And I thought it was maybe manned by 1, 2, maybe 3 people, but there's 16 of you. And we ended up stumbling across like this binder and we were opening the binder up and we start seeing these pictures of what it used to look like. And at this point, he's talking about how the place was renovated. If this is the renovation, what the fuck did it look like before? What did it look like before? Because I'm not really understanding. Like, it didn't make sense. And at this point, we had already sat down, right? We had already sat down. We were drinking our coffee. We got up when Arnold came. Kid y'all not, the couches felt like literally, like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, that feeling you feel when you get out the shower and like you might have clothes in a hot shower or you might have like a towel that was in a hot shower and it has like that little damp feeling, but it goes away instantly because your house is properly ventilated. There was nothing properly ventilated there. There was no AC. There was nothing that was enclosed. So everything is just open to the damn forest, the jungle, okay? The jungle is moist right now specifically because it is Costa Rica's rain season. And shit, at this point, it's raining all over the world right now. Like, for whatever reason, everyone's having like extreme bouts of rain and shit. So everything is damp. Everything is open, okay? Everything that has fabric or has cloth or anything like that is basically damp, but it's weird because it's not wet. Like you could feel that it's damp, but it's not wet. Like I don't even know how to explain it. And I was like, okay, maybe it's just the lobby because the lobby is like super open. You got cats roaming around. I love me a cat, so I didn't have an issue with that. But like it was just like, okay, like this is supposed to be a renovation. Makakopon, renovation, keyboard. Like, okay, like this is a reno and hate to see what this place looked like before, right? So he said, yeah, like I sent you guys, the schedule for tomorrow. I didn't get it. And he's like, oh yeah, you probably like not connected to the Wi-Fi. Mind you, I connected to the Wi-Fi immediately when I got there because I wanted to post shit on my story. And I realized at that point, every single time I locked my screen, the Wi-Fi went completely out. And it was just like, what the hell? Like, what type of Wi-Fi is this? Like, that's so annoying. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to be upset. Luckily for me, I had added like that travel data. Like it was something like international service or whatever. It was like an extra $20 for the month on my phone. So I really wasn't tripping, but it didn't matter because I was in the middle of the jungle. I ain't had no fucking service. I had service everywhere else in Costa Rica. I just didn't have no service there. So it was just like, okay. I thought I could rely on the Wi-Fi, but if the Wi-Fi is going to keep literally disconnecting every single time I lock my screen, that's not going to be helpful. But again, I was being optimistic. I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm not going to be a bitch. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to do the most. Like I'm just going to make the best of it, right? So I look at this schedule, right? And it's talking about some 9 a.m., meet with the animals, whatever. I'm going to put the shit on the screen. So at this point, I'm just like, okay, like that's kind of early. Like niggas is really tired. Like you expect me to wake up technically by 6, 7 o'clock to be ready by 9 o'clock for this. But again, I'm here to do the work, right? Now, keep in mind, right? When I met Arnold, he said, you know what? Not only here's the schedule, but I'm going to send you all the information for everything that you need to contact the front desk, to contact this, to contact that, to talk to this, whatever it is that you need. So you'll have it. Keep that in mind. It's important for the rest of the story. Okay? It's important. And let me just say, right, one good thing to note about this place is they had loads of different excursions like on spot, okay, from ATV to zip lining and so many other things like canoeing, I believe. Like they had a lot of different things. The funny part is none of it was necessarily like at the resort. And some of the things are actually partnered with another company. So it's funny because you're kind of led to believe that it's theirs, it's right there, like there's things to do there, but like everything is far apart. Okay. And keep that in mind. Literally everything is far apart. So the guy at the front desk, right? We're just going to call him Luke. Okay. Luke is like, oh yeah, we're going to send you to your room soon. The guy's going to come and pick y'all up. At this point, I'm like, why somebody got to pick us up to drop us to a room if we're already at the resort? Oh, it's like a little bit of a drive. Like, you're just going to go down and it's, like you could walk, but like, you guys have a lot of stuff, we're going to handle it. At this point, I started getting a little suspicious. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm like, how far does something have to be for you to have to fucking take a car there? Like, it just didn't really make sense to me. But I remembered that when I had stayed in San Diego, it was very similar, but it was like, everybody had like little golf carts and stuff. Like you could drive to the room too, but like it was very walkable. It was very nice. Like it wasn't what I'm finna explain to y'all, right? So whatever, driver comes, we put everything in the car, we go down to the room, and I immediately start recording the room because I'm like, now before this point, when they were talking about some yo fait renovation, right? When they said, oh, we did renovations, I'm sitting here thinking the renovation obviously didn't go into the lobby. Maybe the renovations went into the room. Okay, maybe the room look like we at the Marriott, the Sheraton, the Hilton. Maybe the room looking nice. I would have rather stayed in the fucking lobby. Literally same situation. Everything is damp. Okay. Everything is like literally like almost wet to the touch. Okay. The ceiling, some of the panels are lifting a little bit. But since there's no ventilation and there's nothing pushing it really, it's like, okay, I guess this is fine. We go in the bathroom. The bidet ain't really bideting. It don't work. The towels feel like shit. Mind you, I'm an avid Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Family Dollar person. They could have got some nice ass towels from a cheap place. Okay. Those towels felt like shit. There was a dirty towel amongst these towels. My man had lifted the mattress. Unfortunately, I didn't get this footage, but like, yeah, he said like, he saw little specks here and there. Like my man's the type of person like we pull up somewhere and he's looking everywhere. Da, da, da. I'm trying to get the vibes. I'm like, yeah, I'll let him check that. But like, yeah, he was already like a little, Now, one thing about my man, he's a very, very good sport. If I like it, he loves it. Okay. He's not going to tell me nothing, especially when it has to do with work. And in a general sense, he's a man. Okay. We all know how men are. Men only give a fuck about where they're going to sleep. Like they don't care for all that fancy shit. Like some men do. But for the most part, most men are like, oh, there's a bed, there's a toilet. Fine. My man was so uneasy about this shit. Like, and I could tell, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to make the best of it. I like it. I'm sitting here like, okay, the room is cute. Okay. But it's like, you know how like you try to be positive, but then like you keep walking through and things start getting, that's basically what happened. It was like, okay, the room's not phenomenal, but we've stayed in some hideous rooms. Like we went to Atlantic City one time. The room wasn't great, but it didn't matter because we was out the whole time. There was another time like our flight was like rescheduled to the next morning. So we had to find somewhere to stay. Where was that? I think it was somewhere in Florida. So we had to end up in like, I don't know if it was like a hotel, like a Motel 6 or something. So yeah, like it wasn't the best room. So like, I don't want anyone to watch us and think like, oh, we're like entitled bougie ass Americans. And that's why we didn't like it. Again, love the vibe, love the aesthetic. It's just, there's a way to do things so that people don't suffer in the middle of nowhere where you got them. And then you expect them to make content and promote that shit, right? So the aesthetic and the vibe wasn't necessarily the issue. It was more so the execution. And of course, in addition to, like I said, the lack of communication and all of that, right? So whatever. Niggas in the room. We put everything down. We had 2 beds, which was kind of dumb. I'm like, why? Like I told him I was coming with my man. I don't know why. Like, I don't know. The double rooms are obviously usually cheaper as well. Maybe they didn't have no more king beds left. I don't fucking know. So whatever. We settled down. I start like unloading my iPad and stuff because me and my man was trying to watch the last 2 to 3 episodes of Squid Games. So at this point, I try to turn on the TV and the TV is just not working. Like the TV's not turning on. The little box that they have is turning on, but the TV itself not turning on. I had to ask ChatGPT, how the hell do I turn this shit on? Come to find the buttons to turn the TV on was all the way like in the back. Like you had to like stick your hand under and turn it on. No big deal. So at this point, this is my first message while I'm here to Arnold. I'm like, hey, the TV situation is not working. I don't think there's a remote for it because I thought maybe there was a separate remote for the TV and then one for the box. I don't know what that was. To hold y'all, like I still never figured out how to turn on the TV with that remote. I just chucked it and I was just turning it on with the little button. So I finally get my iPad hooked up, niggas watching Netflix. I don't know how, but the Wi-Fi was very stable on my iPad, but it wasn't stable on my phone. But also my iPad was on the whole time. Like I never really locked it. Like I left it on so we could watch the shit. So at that point, we turn off the lights or whatever, and I have to go to the bathroom. And well, actually, my man had to go to the bathroom first. And he's like, the light's not working. And I'm like, huh? Like, he's like, yeah, like the light not working. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? So I go and I start tinkering with the lights and I'm laughing like, yo, this shit a joke. What you mean? Like, the fuck? Like, and at this point, it's about to get dark. It's like maybe like 6, 7 o'clock. So I don't know why Costa Rica get dark so early. I don't know if they have their own type of daylight savings, but it got dark pretty early. And I'm like, damn, we're going to have to go to the front. And he's like, yeah, like I need some water. We need to go figure out what's up with this remote. And then we need to figure out like what's up with the whatever. So at this point, I tell Arnold like, yeah, like my bad. Like, I guess we figured the TV out, but like, yeah, we need someone to come look at this bathroom because now the light don't work. Now, the thing is with the light, it was very strange, right? Like you have to turn off the lights in the room in order, how do I explain it? You had to have the lights on in the room in order to have the lights on in the bathroom. So, mind you, it's getting dark. Niggas going to sleep. Why would I want to turn on the light completely in my room to go walk to the bathroom to turn on that light? Like, it was weird. It was one of like those weird circuit things. Like, you know how sometimes there's some apartments or some houses where you have to turn on a switch so all the lights can work in the vicinity of whatever outlet that's connected to. And if it's off, nothing's going to work. It was kind of like that.
So let me just clarify, right? In the beginning, it was working just fine. Then it stopped working completely. It had absolutely nothing to do with the circuit. Then, like, it was like the light was kind of like a little in and out. It wasn't necessarily like, it was weird. It was like, okay, maybe it will turn on. Maybe it's just like a little bulb issue. And then after they fixed it or looked at it or whatever, that's when it was like, okay, no, it's a circuit thing. Like, you guys just have to turn this on. Child, I'm not about to do all that. Niggas came here to relax. I don't want to have to do nothing. I need everything to just work, bruh.
Except we had to turn on the light in the room in order to turn on the light in the bathroom. But it's nighttime. And if I'm trying to use the bathroom at 1 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., I'm not turning on the light because that's going to inconvenience the person that's sleeping. It's going to inconvenience me. I use the bathroom in the dark all night, all the time. Like, I never open the light. But that's not the issue. The issue is I'm in the middle of nowhere in a foreign country, in the jungle. Anything could be in these toilets. Anything could be in these bathrooms. And since everything is so damp, the floors are damp as well. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, everything is like wet. And I can't even explain it. A camera wouldn't even depict it. It's just like, y'all understand, there is no if you, because if you live or if you go to a place that has this sort of humidity and rains a lot, the places that inhabit people are usually very well ventilated. Okay. And that adds to the final complaint of the room. There was no fucking AC. I don't do well in heat, baby. I really don't. I hate being hot. It pisses me off. And you guys are like, then why would you go to Costa Rica, bitch? Because Costa Rica, Haiti, other places like that are not America hot. They're just regular hot. Like, America heat is like literally death. It's hell. It's not that. It's really, really bad. When you go to other countries, it's really not that bad. Also, it was their rain season, right? It's Costa Rica's rain season. It's their season where like it usually doesn't feel as bad outside. So I was like, you know what? We'll be fine. Because, they had these 2 fans and the fans was the saving grace. One of the fans was actually really, really great. But it was just like, how the fuck do y'all got people in the middle of the jungle with these damp ass sheets and these damp ass curtains and these wet ass floors with a bidet that don't work, with dirty towels, with borderline dirty sheets and sage? You see, this is what happens. You need to not be doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing. But yeah, it's like you have these people staying here and then there's poor ventilation. Like, it doesn't make sense. If there was AC, if there was real ventilation, this place actually would have been taken from a -4 to at least a solid 4. Okay, like it was like literally the ventilation would have made such a big difference because what happens is when you have everything that's so wet and damp, okay, when you have a place where you have people staying and not only are you mixing people and their germs and their whatever with the jungle, with the animals, with the dampness and the wetness and the rain, it's a breeding ground for mold. It's a breeding ground for bacteria. It's a breeding ground for sickness. Like literally, I came back and my eyes were puffy as fuck. I have great skin. Okay. My skin was fucked. Like it was bad. And I'm like, bro, it's definitely from staying in that bullshit and even laying down in that bed. Okay. Cause it was just like, what the fuck? Like again, niggas been to Costa Rica before, never had no issues. My allergies was acting up, but nothing's worse than how bad my anxiety got, right? So like I said, we noticed we had all these issues. I'm literally messaging Arnold the entire time. You think Arnold answered? So at this point, we're forced to go to the front desk. My man's the type of person he has to drink his water. Like I think my man probably drinks a gallon of water every day. And honestly, we thought like, okay, this was a regular hotel. We'd probably be able to order room service. We probably have somebody who brings it to our room, especially because we had to drive there. Okay. There was no directory. The only papers that were in that room was literally something talk about some gluten-free. We're gluten-free. This is why you shouldn't eat gluten. And it was in 3 different languages. It was in English, Spanish, and then I think like Arabic or Hebrew or some shit like that. No, here's how you contact the front desk. No, here's how you this, here's how you that. Also take into consideration, they didn't necessarily show us how to get back to the lobby. We were driven to our room, and then we were also told like, hey, if you guys want to come back to the lobby, there's a little path behind your room that leads back to the lobby. It's super fast if you take that way, but you could also take the other way that they drive you as well. It's just a tad bit longer. Nobody said, okay, here's the route. Here it is. Here's this. Here's that. No, nobody said that. That was the fullest extent that we were given. Keep that in mind. My man's the type of person, he needs his water. Point, I'm annoyed about the remote that nobody answered about, which is fine because I was able to turn it on and turn it off, but it was just like, bruh. And yeah, the light's not working. Like it was just like, bruh. And then, we were kind of getting hungry. So I was like, all right, let's check out the food, right? So at that point, I'm like, oh my God. And I was already telling my man, like, I'm not going outside in the jungle. I was like, no, absolutely not. Like, fuck it. We just gonna suffer. I'm not. And he's like, no, like, I got you. Like, like, we'll be fine. Da da da. It can't be that bad. Child, mind you, when I'm telling you, my man held me so close in the whole time. Like, it was hard for me to even film. Like, that's why I don't have that much footage, but I'm happy I even captured any footage. Like, my man was holding me close, okay? Like, he basically just grabbed me like a toddler. Like, like, no. Like, it's dark as fuck. So, whatever. We follow the road. I'm low-key scared, but I'm like, you know what? This is fine. This is fine. But in the back of my head, I'm like, y'all got niggas fucked up. Like, y'all got people really walking around at night on these paths with no light. Like, this shit don't make no fucking sense. So, whatever. We get to the lobby. We'll tell the guy in the front, Luke. Okay, we tell Luke, like, hey, I was hitting up the WhatsApp, but nobody's answering. I hit up Arnold. He's not answering. Mind you, I had Arnold's personal as well as the resort's WhatsApp. Nobody was answering either one. And that's the thing. He gave me his personal, and I thought the personal was going to make a difference in terms of response time, and it fucking didn't. So we're telling Luke, and we're like, yeah, like something's wrong with the bathroom light. Now, to be honest with you, the whole situation with the bathroom light was an issue, specifically because we just came off of a plane. You want me to wake up early the next day, which means I'm going to have to shower at least tonight to go deal with these animals and all of that, like in the morning. So yeah, I'm not about to wake up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning to get ready by 9 to, like it just didn't really make sense. So I'm like, yeah, we need to be able to shower so that we could do what it is that you asked us to do. Like that's, like, I know I'm not tripping. Like, it'd be better to take a shower in the night, wake up, do whatever, then shower when we get back and then do the rest of whatever. So yeah, he's like, oh, I'm gonna have someone look at it, right? Meanwhile, we go and we try to order some food. And that's when we realize, like, okay, this is interesting. Like, the menu is set up like a regular menu. It doesn't say, like, vegan tacos or vegan spaghetti or, like, everything is just set up like a regular menu. So he orders some sort of tacos. I order, like, a taco bowl or whatever. I actually liked it. It just wasn't great. If that makes sense. Like, I liked it, but it was, I couldn't eat the whole thing. Like, something about it was off. Same thing with my man. My man forced himself to eat his food, and I felt so bad for him because it's like, damn, this is supposed to be like low-key a birthday trip. Like, it's really supposed to be a low-key birthday trip. It is not, but it's like, damn, like, I can tell he's not enjoying his food. I liked my food, but I was like, I don't know if I can do 5 days of this. Like, in my mind, I was just like, I don't know. Like, it was just weird. All vegan, yeah. Like, y'all already know, if you've had vegan food before, it's like, it's weird. Like, I don't like the whole imitation meat thing or things. Like, I feel like, and this is a very hot take, and I guess in the popular opinion, I feel like if you're going to be vegan, be vegan. The whole idea of making things look like meat and having things taste like meat to appease others and try to convince them not to eat animals is ridiculous. Like, if you gonna give me a cow, give me a cow. If you gonna give me chicken, give me chicken. But that whole idea of like impossible meat or whatever, and I know like I like an impossible burger depending on from where it is, but it's just like, I don't know. Some of it, I just feel like it's a little bit unnecessary. Like, I'd rather sit there and eat a salad, and I hate salads, mind you. Okay, fun fact about me, I don't like a salad at all. But I'd rather sit there and eat salad all day than sit there and eat some imitation meat or something that's like begging to taste like a fucking taco. Like, it just, I don't like it, and it's, I don't know. Something about it is a little uncomfortable. A lot of y'all might agree, might disagree, but whatever. I was just like, ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to have days of this like this. Niggas should have definitely probably like bought food and then came there. But obviously we're in the middle of nowhere. Okay. And it's crazy because I didn't notice how remote it was. Like, I knew it was remote, but it was like remote because that's the thing. Like, almost everything in Costa Rica is the jungle. Most of it is wildlife. Most of it is like literally very rural. Like, it's a rural country. So I'm thinking, okay, niggas gonna be near something. There's probably a restaurant up the street, child. The closest restaurant had to be like maybe 2 miles away. And we noticed that when we was leaving. Okay. And we gonna get to that. So whatever. Luke comes back and Luke was like, oh, we checked the room and there's nothing wrong with the light. Do you think I'm going to walk here at night in the middle of the jungle through danger to come tell you there's something wrong with the light, and then I don't think there's anything wrong with light? Like, I'm just stupid and I just didn't turn on the switch. Don't fucking play with me, bruh. Don't piss me off. Like, at this point, I'm like, no, there's something wrong with the light. Like, literally. Like, granted, we saw that it was little like flickery and we thought, okay, maybe it'll turn on by the time we get here. But still, someone needs to look at it because technically it doesn't turn on the way it's supposed to. And he's like, oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, like, I'm looking at it now. Like, the guy took a video and, yeah, like, it looks like it's working. I'm just looking at him like, I don't think I'd come here. Like, I literally looked at him. I was like, I don't think I'd come here if the light was actually working. I'm just saying. So at this point, me and my man are debating like, all right, how are we going to get back? Like, are we going to ask for a ride? Da, 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 da. Honestly, we should have asked for a ride. I have no idea why we didn't. I think we thought like, okay, it was simple enough to come here. It'll be simple enough to go back. So we ate the food, barely. Whatever. We walked out the front and proceeded to go down the same path that we came. Y'all, how we get lost? This is giving naked and free. Okay. Did they give us a warning about how dark it was? Because I didn't hear that part. How the hell do we? You don't. That's why I was like, wait. I see light down there. Hold on. It's as if people don't look me up. It's just very frustrating because I'm so nice till I'm not. And I don't like people fucking with me. Okay. Alright, so there's light right there. And then there's more shit. Okay, that's a moth. It's a moth.
You're gonna have to get a ride back. This is
what? Bruh. How are people leaving the restaurant?
And then we just walk straight?
Yeah.
Wanna go?
Alright, we'll try. Why did they not put lights here? There's more rooms right here. Nice, okay.
Not like how we're the only ones walking.
Me neither. Oh, these moths. Shit. Okay. Whew. That was a hill. You can't make this up. Okay. Don't ask why we're walking around the jungle at night, because the response will not be a pretty one. Okay, I think we're almost there. You know how they say things are a lot faster via car? Oh, I think we found it. I think it's down there. Probably could have went down that way, but fuck that. Wow, we look so dark. This is so crazy.
Oh. I mean, I didn't want the car to hit us. That's why I thought it was coming down here. So which way is it? Up or down? Down. What's up there? Oh, that's probably one of the animal things.
We made one wrong turn, and what I'm telling y'all, like the turn we made ended up darker than the last path that we walked up. Like it was so freaking dark. Like, and at that point, my heart started racing. I could not breathe. My man's like, "Oh my god, drink water, drink water." Like, like we'll be good, we'll be good. I'm like, bro, I am panicking. Okay, like I'm panicking because I'm like, what the fuck? Like anything could jump out. And that's one thing that I do find kind of strange. Like, yeah, we were in the middle of the jungle. Anything could have happened, but at the same time, like we didn't really see any wildlife besides the ones that were at the resort. Like you thought I would have saw a toucan Sam. Okay, you would have thought I would have saw some hummingbirds, something like it was very strange. Like on the way there, we saw animals. At that place, there was no animals. I don't know how the fuck they was keeping them. Like it was weird. Like you saw there was animals kept away. Like like the ones that were being rescued. But like I didn't see anything. Like I'm happy I didn't. Let me just say that I'm happy I didn't because that's a very potentially dangerous situation. And I think we were just extremely lucky. I'm very sure there are things in those bushes, in those trees. It was extremely dark and anything could have fucking popped out. Tell me while we're walking. And this is exactly, I don't think I've vlogged it, but literally as we're walking, like it was like a bat, a bird. I don't know. Birds don't usually fly at night like that. From what I know, I might be wrong. I might put it on the screen if I'm wrong, but I don't know what it was. Just like flew across me, like across my chest. Like, at that point, I fucking lost it. I'm like, oh no, we need to find a way to get the fuck back. Like at that point, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I know this is not the right turn, but we're gonna turn into here. Cause there was different like collections of rooms. So we turned into this place. It didn't have our room, but I was like, we just gonna count up the number till we get to our number. I think we were in like room 26, right? I don't know. That might have been their best room, to be honest with you, because even looking at the reviews, a lot of people saying the rooms is this, the rooms is dirty, the rooms is that. Our room wasn't necessarily dirty, to be honest. We had a dirty towel, a fucked up light, the TV wasn't working. There wasn't AC, but none of the rooms have AC, but it wasn't like the worst room possible per se. The real issue was the dampness and the fact that the light didn't work for real. So maybe that was the best room. I don't fucking know. But like they put me like all the way at the edge. So it's like I had to like find it. So I'm looking at room 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 12, 13. And we're just walking through trying to figure it out. Because at that point, I'm like, I'm not going back in that jungle. Like I was really ready to just walk back to the lobby because I was that like terrified and I was that fucking paranoid. Like, and if you guys haven't been watching me for a while, like I actually used to take meds, right? I used to take meds for my bipolar disorder as well as my anxiety, and I stopped taking it. July makes it a full year since I've stopped taking meds. I still go to therapy, but I don't take meds. As someone that's bipolar, yeah, if you're bipolar, right? Technically, you shouldn't not take meds, but if you're not going to take meds, you should actually be in active therapy. So I chose to just stay in therapy. And in a general sense, like I've been doing really well considering the fact that I literally go through a lot of shit all the time. Again, peep the Patreon. That's all I gotta say, right? Literally, my dad and my uncle are in the rehab facility together, like across the hall. Like I got a lot on my plate. I got a lot going on. I got a lot to deal with. This was supposed to be a relaxing vacation, a cool experience, an opportunity that turned into a fucking nightmare because people don't know how to execute things properly. Like this shit didn't make any sense. So eventually we find the room. At this point, I can't breathe. Okay, like I can't breathe. I'm trying to catch my breath. I'm sitting there like there's nothing I can really do but drink water. Typically, if I'm having an anxiety attack or, an asthma attack, and that's what it felt like eventually, like the anxiety attack led to an asthma attack. Typically, I could drink tea and I'll be fine. But luckily, I did have an inhaler. I always keep a spare inhaler in my travel bag. So I was able to take my inhaler. There was no tea or anything in the room. And at that point, I was going to trust shit in that room. Okay. So I'm sitting there like I'm sitting on the floor. Okay. The damp floor, trying to like regain myself. And I'm like, bro, like this shit is like, I feel like shit. And at that point, I start thinking of my exit plan because y'all got me fucked up. This whole time, Arnold has yet to answer. Arnold has not answered at all. And that's when we realized that the bathroom light technically was working now. But again, we had to turn on the light in the room to keep the light on in the bathroom and so on and so forth. So it was just like, bro, at that point, I was like, yeah, these niggas got me fucked up. Like, I'm so thoroughly annoyed. Like, yeah. So I started telling my nigga, like, yeah, I really don't want to be here. But I thought that honestly, he knows how I am, right? Like, I'm a workaholic. I'm very determined. I'm very, like, respectful. Like, I'm not about to, like, bail out on something just because I feel uncomfortable. But at the same time, it comes to a point where I can't stay somewhere like this in a general sense, and then you want me to promote it and smile and give all of these raving reviews and tell people to come here. Y'all had me walking through the jungle at night with no directions, with no safety, like at all, specifically because you didn't answer a message. Like, and had somebody answered the message and said, "Hey, we'll bring it to your room," that whole situation probably would have never happened. I would have been able to deserve, I would have been able to do the 4 days, 5 nights, but it was just like, this is a telltale sign. Like, y'all weren't answering for months, and now you're not answering now. Like, at that point, you got me fucked up. Like, at that point, like, I think you're playing in my face. At that point, I think you're gonna have to, like, really, like, yo, and I'm getting mad all over again. Like, it really pisses me off. So I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I woke up at like maybe 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm looking up like, yo, Waco, Costa Rica, Herradura, Tamarindo. Like, I'm literally looking up different places in Costa Rica that we could go because niggas got me fucked up. But the problem is we were in like San Ramon, which is a city in Costa Rica, but there's a very rural part to it. I mean, again, Costa Rica is a very rural country, but like we were in the middle of nowhere of San Ramon. So it was like, ugh. Like, I think we were in a park called Florencia or some shit like that. Like, it was very interesting. Like, it was close to a city, but like kind of far from the city at the same time. So I thought, like, okay, let's stay in San Ramon. But San Ramon also didn't have a beach. It's like another hour from the beach. And I was like, yo, I need to get on the beach and shake my ass. Like, I can't, like, I need a beach. I need something like, you know? And the jungle was cool because there was a river there. So I thought, like, there's canoeing and all it is. But when I started looking at more reviews, I saw that everything was like a partnership thing. I'm like, yo, I don't have time for this. Like, I'm tired. Like, in my head, I'm just like, yo, I need to get out of here. Like, I felt trapped. I felt annoyed. Like, it's just like, yo, okay, let me figure this out, right? So I literally woke up the next morning and I told my man, like, listen, here the list of options. He said, oh my God, thank God. Like, I thought you liked this place, bro. Like, I was gonna tell you, I was trying to stay here. I was trying to eat that food. Yo, and I'm just, yo, we just started laughing because I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I'm like, niggas, say something next time. He said, like, listen, this your work. Like, you know, you thought you looked like you liked the room and you liked the place and stuff. So I was gonna ruin it for you. I was here to, you know, help you film, you know, like take a little vibe for my birthday. I was cracking up. I'm like, yo, like this shit wild. Like this shit wild. Like, I'm like, nah, we're getting the fuck out of here because I can't do it. Like, I can't promote this because God forbid one of my followers come here and they end up like in the same situation we did last night, but then worse, something fucking jumps up at them. Like, there was no lights on that path. There was one light on that path. Let me stop. Let me give you all some credit. One light on that path. There was one light on that path. The rest of it was pitch black. Anything could have jumped out at us. Okay. And like I said, Costa Rica has real wildlife. They actually take care of their shit. So it's just like there's real animals in that jungle. Like real shit that could kill you. Like literally later on, like during the trip when we had went somewhere else, we met a couple that said that they saw a crocodile while they were in the car, just crossing the street. Okay, then they said they met these two girls, like literally like soon after, like maybe a few moments later, and they said they literally saw a fucking jaguar. A jaguar! Child, don't fucking play with me. Like, it's just like, yeah, that's terrifying. Anything could have fucked around and jumped out at us. Like, it's just like, it's not funny. And it pisses me off because this whole situation could have been avoided if niggas was honest. The only reason I even agreed to do this was because I saw some of the influencers that I watched went there. They said it was great. They gave it raving reviews. They liked the experience. So I was like, all right, I should be able to trust them. All those negative reviews were posted like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months ago. By then, I already told these people that I'm going to come and I can't back out. So it really just like pissed me off. I should have known better than to listen to influencers. I talk about how much they're liars all the time. But it's just like that shit truly pissed me off, especially because at this point, it is the next morning, y'all. And I still haven't gotten a response from Arnold until we go for breakfast. Now, mind you, I had already told Arnold, I sent a message, okay? I already put him on the screen. And I said, listen, could you move this shit to like 11 o'clock? Because obviously I'm not going to be able to get ready, shower, do what I got to do by 9 o'clock, especially because the light's not working and niggas can't shower. Like, how am I going to shower in the dark? Peeing in the dark is one thing. I can manage it. But how am I going to shower in the dark? Like, it don't really make sense. So he finally answers the next morning. He's trying to call me. He's trying to send messages, all of this shit. I'm ignoring it. Is that problematic? Maybe. Do I give a fuck? Absolutely not. Because you've been starting to get upset. You've been sitting there blatantly not answering my messages for months. You've been non-communicative since the beginning. And then I get here and you're still non-communicative. From the booking dates to the taxi, to the details, to sending me contact, to sending like everything. You can't like everything, bro. Like we can't, the thing is, I don't want nobody to hop on here and try to say niggas was being entitled, niggas was being this, niggas was being extra. You wasn't walking in the jungle in pitch blackness where anything could have literally killed you. Like, I'm not like, it's not an over exaggeration. Like, that's a real thing. Like, even the United States where we don't have fucking lions and tigers and bears. Well, actually, no, there's certain places that do have crocodiles and bears and stuff. Just, like Florida and Arizona got the snakes and stuff. Like, yeah, so we do actually have places like that. Right. So until you've walked in the pitch darkness of a place that you don't know, I don't want to hear about it. Like, I really don't. Because I can't tell my followers to go somewhere like this. Because now it's on me. Because I sat there and I recommended it. Like, I sat there and I told people to go there. There's been loads of influencers that got sued for shit like that, okay? Think of Fire Festival. Shit, what was it? Kendall Jenner or whatever that was promoting that, or Kylie is one of those that was sitting there promoting that shit, and they ended up getting sued because the Fire Festival was horrible. Like, you don't sit there and promote things that you don't know. You don't sit there and tell people to go places where you genuinely already know that it's unsafe, when you know that the average person is more than likely not going to survive there more than one night, okay? Integrity is a real thing. Integrity is all you have in your life. So I did not answer that shit. But also, my Wi-Fi was in and out. So there's no way I could fucking answer it. Like, you're sitting here talking about I'm calling you. For some reason, I can't call you. There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to discuss. I have absolutely nothing to say but adios, amigos, because you got me fucked up.
Hi, gang. So we're finna leave. We packed and ready to go. Because this has been a horrible experience, and I'm so upset because I really don't want to come on here and say that, especially for a place that's doing something for the animals. I didn't even get to see the animals. How about that? Because let's just tell the truth. They sent me a whole itinerary of what to do, right? They said 9 a.m. we gonna wake up, feed the animals, Came here, watched the rest of Squid Games. The light in the bathroom not working. Homeboy, met him when we first got here. He said he's gonna send me all the contact information so that, I can have whatever I need. But that didn't happen. We were thirsty, the light not working, so we said, all right, let's just go to the hotel lobby. While we go in the hotel lobby, and it's dark. Not dark, but dark. Ain't no street lights, ain't no, like, in the jungle. Mind you, they didn't tell us how to get there, so we got lost. We finally get to the lobby. We ate some shit. We didn't care for the food, but it was all right. It was edible. We get the order. We go back in the dark. And the whole time I'm texting these people saying, hey, can you give me the number for these things? This is what happened, Hey, I'm not going to be able to come at 9 o'clock because the light doesn't work. Then allegedly they checked the light. They told us there's nothing wrong with the light. I'm not going to come to you walking in the jungle telling you there's something wrong if there's nothing wrong. So it's like, at that point, you're gaslighting me. Long story short, no one answered me until this morning at 10 a.m., 11 a.m., whatever time that was. So I'm not happy. I'm trying to smile through it.
Walking back and then walking to the lobby. I don't know what it was, but it looked like a bird or some shit.
A lugao almost ate me, okay? It was a lugao. It was a monster, okay? Freaking a bat, a bird, or lugao, a demon. I don't know what it was. Literally, like, flew past us, scared me, gave me a full-blown anxiety attack. Like, I'm so annoyed because I genuinely wanted this to be a good experience. And this is why I don't vlog. Because every single time something's supposed to be a good experience, it's a bad one. And then I look like I'm just, I'm just talking shit and I'm not. What? I have a witness. Yeah. Because imagine I would have came here and told this shit in story time form. Imagine. And here's all the lack of response right here. All the lack of response. What do you want me to do? So now we're going to Waco.
Yeah, see if we can finish this vacation off on a strong note.
Yeah, because we still got 4 days left. Day one was a bust, but we gonna make it today. I need to shake my ass and drink. I can't do this. This sounds like I can't do this. Like, I'm too stressed out right now. This is the craziest experience I've ever had in my life for a vacation. Every vacation I've been on, with the exception of the girls' trip. Y'all already know. And even at that, I made it fun because I stayed by myself and had a great time. This is just a mess. So we're going to check in 2 hours when our driver gets here. Because we wasn't fucking around. So, we outside.
We outside for real. In Costa Rica, too.
Period. This is my favorite place. I really like it. This shit would have left a bad taste in my mouth if this was the first time. But it's not. We know what Waco has to offer. We know Costa Rica a little bit. Just, So, we outside.
Like, what are we actually talking about? Like, so at this point, I'm not answering. He's calling. And And you know what's funny about this whole thing, right? My man was actually extremely nice about this to the point where I told him, fuck that, I'm not waking up at 9 o'clock. He still made sure we got up and we were in the lobby by 9 o'clock actually eating breakfast. So if they were really about their shit, if they really cared, they would have been in that lobby at 9 o'clock. That's the crazy part about this entire thing. I was standing on business saying I'm not doing shit till 11. We were up and ready by 9 o'clock in that damn lobby eating some vegan ass breakfast. If you were really trying to look for me, if you really wanted to do this shit, you would have A, came to the room, or B, came to the lobby. Niggas didn't come to the room, niggas didn't come to the lobby. So you guys are probably thinking like, what happened when you tried to leave? So literally, we just booked that shit. Again, I was not talking to nobody. It was my man that basically was like, yo, you know what? Ain't no more talking. Ain't shit to really tell these niggas. Like, they want to sit there and keep hitting you up after you were hitting them up last night. Like, it's been like over 12 hours. So like, nah, fuck it, we gonna book it. When we go to the lobby and the driver pulling up, then you can send them a message saying, you know, whatever, like, you know, that this wasn't a good experience. And I'm like, all right, bet. So I didn't say shit. Booked the place, booked the driver, went to the lobby, checked out. This is where I fucked up. Went to the lobby, checked out. And the girl's like, oh, did you talk to the staff? And I was like, yeah, I lied. Typically, I wouldn't lie. Typically, would you like, no, because ain't shit to talk about. I was like, yeah. So she was like, okay, gave her the key, went to go sit outside. Literally, maybe 15 minutes later, I see Arnold. Oh, what happened? I see that you're checking out. I was like, to be quite honest with you, the lack of communication as well as the lack of transparency and loads of other things was just completely unacceptable. I don't like the fact that literally since day one, you were very like lackadaisical with communicating. This whole situation just like genuinely pissed me off. I kept contacting you last night because there were issues and nothing was handled. Oh, well, no, you know, the issue with the bathroom light, you know, like it was a circuit problem. I said, no, whatever the problem was, we had to use the bathroom in the middle of the night in the dark. And because of that, we couldn't shower last night either, really. And, you know, you wanted us up early and all that, which, okay, it's whatever, you know, but my real issue is the fact that we were walking around and no, there's lights on that path. Is there lights on? Don't fucking play with me. There's a light on the path. Like, how you gonna sit there and gaslight me and tell me there's no lights on that path? Okay, it was not adequate for walking. Anything could have happened. That was really bad. It really triggered my anxiety. You didn't answer until like this morning. Oh, Leia, like I'm really sorry I didn't answer you. I wasn't feeling well last night. That's why I didn't answer your messages. You wasn't feeling right for the past 6+ months, more than 6 months. So like I'll say 8 to 10 months. You wasn't feeling okay for 10 months because you was been not answering. Like, how long was we not feeling okay? Is the food here making you sick? Like, I'm fucking confused. Like, how? Like, nigga, now I don't feel well. How about that? Now I don't feel like answering. He's like, yeah, you know, like I kept messaging you. I said, the Wi-Fi here is trash. Like, literally, I was like, yeah, the Wi-Fi is horrible. You kept calling me and all of that. I wasn't even getting the calls. And then by that point, I already scheduled somewhere else to go. So it's just like, yeah, like this, I cannot promote this to my audience and tell my people to come here when you guys can't even have basic needs met. You guys can't even answer basic messages. There's literally no hotel room. There's no contact information in the room if something arises. Like, this is a genuine problem. I just can't. Well, okay, you know, I'm so sorry that happened, you know, like, and I'll say, like, I guess he was apologetic enough, but you can't be apologetic and then gaslight me because then he sits there and he says, oh, you know, we've had over 450 content creators came here and had a great time. First things first, learn the difference between a content creator and an influencer. Content creators create content. Most of them don't necessarily make money. They just create content. Influencers make money from said content. And the whole point of an influencer is to influence their audience to do things, whether it is care for their opinions or their causes or buy a product that they're selling. So be fucking for real. If you had content creators come here, that's also part of the problem because the content creator is more than likely going to just care about capturing aesthetic content. And most of them do fucking lie worse than influencers because most of the time, yeah, an influencer could get sued for telling you to go somewhere. Content creators literally just create content. They're not necessarily going to say, oh my God, come here and do this. They're like, oh my God, we're here. This looks nice. It was a great experience. They're not going to really say like, come here. It's amazing. Da da da. That's what influencers do. And that's why I be really coming at influencers in particular because content creator, that's the real difference between a content creator and an influencer. Like content creators are not typically in it for the money, even though some of them get paid, but that's not their goal. Influencers' main thing is to get paid, to get accommodations, to get things for their reviews and their opinions. So most of the time they're going to sit there and they're going to lie. But at the same time, it depends because there's like you can fuck around and get sued. Like I said, You can't just be sitting there saying shit and then now somebody get hurt and now you're gonna be like, oh no, I never said to go there. So I'm just like, okay, you had 450 content creators come here, all right, and the place still look like this. Like in my head, I'm just like, they're obviously not doing anything for you because y'all can't get AC, y'all can't get ventilation, y'all can't get better towels, you can't get better sheets, you can't get a dry floor, you can't get fucking papers made to have a directory, you can't get a hotel room, we can't get a hotel phone, we can't let's be for real here. You have, 15, 16 partners, 450 influencers came here. The number's not numbering, okay? It's not adding up. 2 plus 2 ain't 28, okay? And it's not giving. It's giving either you're lying or all of them are delusional. The fact that people could recommend this place, absolutely ridiculous. The fact that people are out here trying to say that it is the best place to be and come here if you're coming to Costa Rica, absolutely ridiculous. All of y'all need to burn in hell and you should be fucking ashamed of yourself because that place is damn right borderline unlivable. Dead ass. No, absolutely not. With that being said, luckily for us, we did have a great experience in the end, okay? It was an experience that I'll probably never forget. And yeah, until we booked another place. So shout outs to Jose. Okay, we hit up Jose. We said, listen, it's not working out. We're trying to find somewhere. Could you drive us wherever it is we're trying to go? We're going to find somewhere real quick. So we gave him a couple options. He said, yep, these are great options. They're better than where you're staying, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not going to be able to come today. I'm going to send one of my friends or whatever from the company. So we end up getting matched with a driver called Yetel. Super nice, super great. The car, super nice. Oh my God, such an upgrade. And yeah, we ended up picking Paradise Bay Hotel in Herradura, which was right off the beach, really. And it's right near Los Sueños. Los Sueños has the Marriott and has a lot of villas over there as well. Very nice area. Very cool. They had a shopping plaza where they had Pops. They had a supermarket. They had a KFC. It was really, really nice. Big upgrade. The room, beautiful. The staff, beautiful. The pool, beautiful. Just such a better experience. And again, this driving company, again, I'm going to put it down below, saved our lives. Okay. Yatel was listen, I could be there at 2. I think we were calling him at 10, 11. He said, I'll be there at 2. I said, listen, fuck it. Because check-in time for most of these places is usually 3, 4 o'clock. I said, fuck it. It's going to take 2 hours to get there anyway. We really wanted to do Tamarindo, but y'all, Tamarindo was a 4-hour drive and it was a $200 ride. So we paid, no, I'm lying. It was a 350. Yeah, it was $350 because it was that far. It was a 4 to 5 hour drive. So it was damn. So I was yeah, I'm not about to do that. Even though the places were a tad bit cheaper, it was I cannot justify paying a $350 taxi, especially since I already wasted $100 on this one. So we paid $180, which is still fucking pricey. But when y'all see that type of drive, y'all, the drive was wild. The way the drive is set up, it's you're driving up the sides of mountains in and up. It was very close to the cloud forest. If you guys don't know about that, it's basically the most elevated part of Costa Rica. Literally, you're in the damn clouds. The roads are winding. A regular driver cannot drive those roads. Yo, I'm telling you, skilled. Okay, Jose and Yetel skilled that drive. It was such a bumpy and windy ride that I was getting car sick. I wanted to throw up half the ride. That's how difficult of a drive it was. So I'm yeah, trying to get to Tamarindo is probably going to be the same vibe. So you know what? I was all right, we're just going to do Herradura, which was maybe 10 minutes from Waco, which is where we stayed last time. Shit was great. Okay, shout out to the Paradise Bay Hotel. Y'all did great. Shout outs to Yetel and Jose, as well as that driving company as a whole. Super fantastic. As far as y'all, okay, as far as Lands of Love Resort, y'all need to do better because y'all got me fucked up. Okay, y'all got everybody else that you got promoting this shit fucked up. There's no reason why you cannot ventilate this place so that it's not as miserable and wet. Okay? There's no reason why you think that this is not a cesspool and a breeding ground for bacteria, especially when you have animals being cooped up in this place. Now, it's funny because I saw a lot of reviews talking about how the dogs are really loud and they're crying for attention. Kid you not, the entire time. Literally the entire time, all you hear is dogs crying, dogs barking. It was very weird and it was making me extremely concerned because it's if this is supposed to be an animal rescue type of vibe, then why are these animals sound like they're in legitimate distress? It doesn't really make sense. You want me to record these animals in distress. I didn't get to see the animals. I didn't really get to do anything, but it's fine. I really don't care. The whole ATV and the whatever. Me and my man did all of the touristy shit the first time we came there, so there's no reason to sit there and spend hundreds of dollars on more. Even though it was going to be free with them, still, we didn't really care for that. We just wanted to get the fuck out of there, okay? There's no reason why those rooms can't be better updated. Those rooms can't have AC and, again, be better ventilated. There's no reason there can't be nicer towels in there. There's no reason why there can't be a non-vegan menu or like a real vegan menu that tells you what exactly is it, because I'm not keen. And I think that's what it was. I don't like the idea of eating food and not knowing what the fuck I'm eating. I don't like the idea of you telling me something's vegan or you telling me something's this and I don't know what the substitute is. That is very weird and it's very misleading and it's extremely problematic. Like, no, there's no reason why in your rooms there's no room phone. Why there's no contact sheet. Like, and it's crazy because as an influencer, right, most of the time people tend to treat us better, right? And then when we send our followers or supporters somewhere, they're like, we didn't get the same treatment you got. That's very common. Nigga, I don't know how the fuck I was treated, but it's like, if I was treated like that, how you gonna treat my followers if I tell them to come here? How are you gonna treat like people that are just coming there to support the animals, coming there just to chill because, you know, whatever. Like, it doesn't make sense. And we saw other people there. Like, we saw like maybe 2 different families. And then there was these 2 girls. They looked like they was having a grand old time. They was in the pool. You know, they was eating the food. They was taking it to go. And I'm just like, I wanted to ask them so bad. Like, how are you surviving? Like, because what the fuck? Like, and this is the thing, right? I feel like this place is for a certain type of people, right? People that A, have no choice. B, strictly, genuinely care for the animals and are used to sleeping in the jungle. And C, people that really don't, like, they really don't care about where they lay their head, like, to an extreme point. Like, they just want somewhere to stay for, like, a day or 2. They want to enjoy the jungle, maybe take some nature walks, and that's it. Like, this is not something that you go to for a week, okay? This is not something that you go to because they have, like, excursions, because, like, literally most of them you have to drive, like, away to whatever. It's just like, the whole thing was misleading. The whole thing was a lie. The whole thing pissed me off. And I'm genuinely upset that I even wasted a day there. It almost tainted my entire experience because, like, literally, like I said, like, my face, like, bro, like, I had to do my whole face care routine, like, yesterday because it was just, like, my face was so inflamed. I was getting rashes. Like, my eczema started to flare up. Like, it's just a hot-ass fucking mess. Like, it really, really is. And it's just like, you know what? It is what it is. I know better next time. If influencers say to go there, I gotta triple, quadruple check it. And yeah, if a company is going to sit there and not answer me when they know that I'm coming, then yeah, I'm just not going to fucking go. With that being said, thank you guys so much for listening to this story time. Again, if you want more story times, they're on my personal channel, Haitian content on my Haitian channel. We don't do this type of content on here, but this is my biggest platform. And I need y'all to understand that these motherfuckers be lying. And because these motherfuckers be lying, I literally could have lost my life. And I'm not over exaggerating. If y'all know about Costa Rica wildlife or anything about like these other countries and their wildlife, like, yeah, nah, these animals get down like that. So yeah, anything could happen. And yeah, I know Lands of Love Resort, y'all are watching this. Y'all need to do better. Y'all really trying to invite influencers to come to y'all shit and it don't make no sense. Oh my God, I forgot this part. It is what it is at this point. It's just funny because it's like, I feel like every single time I decide to vlog something or like I'm vlogging, some shit happens. And it's like, I should start vlogging every day because it's like, everything. Like, it happens all the time. Last time when Philly, okay, if y'all follow my, you know, channel, y'all already know, like my personal channel. Like, these niggas invited me to host the Haitian parade. Great experience. Loved it. But literally, they were supposed to have my hotel accommodation and my hotel wasn't even booked. Had me sitting in the car for fucking hours. Did I want to sit there and drag them? No, but I happened to be vlogging. So it's like, what do you want me to do? And it's funny because it's like, people will sit there and this is what happens. Like, there's nothing I could really do about it. You know? And it's just like, in this case, I was there to make content. That's the only reason I was vlogging in the first place. Had this been a regular vacation, I would have never vlogged it because I wanted to be away from having to work and pick up the camera every 2 seconds. But I wanted to be there for the cause. Okay. And it just, the whole thing really pisses me off. I'm still very pissed off about it, as you guys can tell. So if you guys actually want to watch the full blown vlog, you guys can go follow my personal channel. I'm going to have the, like, you know, the vlog of everything over there. And yeah, in this video, we had all the clips. This was the story time and etc. I hope you guys really understand that 9 times out of 10, these influencers be fucking lying. I understand those are my colleagues, but literally 99% of them could go to hell in a handbasket. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to see y'all next time.